Hey, how's it going, everybody? Tony here. Just want to look at Sol for a little bit of an update. Last time we were looking for the direction to be down. We didn't know for sure if it was going to be for a wave four or if it was a wave three complete. Hindsight, typically what you want to look for in a zigzag, swift move in the A, and then a lazier, more complex wave in the C wave. Three waves are going to be sharp and you're not going to be able to delineate like with the waves within there. Be a nice swift move. Here we have some chop. You can see every single move in there. It's lazier than the initial move. Pretty textbook C wave. Didn't went a little bit longer than we thought, but we were looking for this to be done at this point and looking for a further move down. And that's pretty much what we got. Once we passed this area, we were heading down for a little bit of a lower low, potentially breaking the 141.17 level. And that's pretty much what we got here, hitting a lot of the ideal TDU marks. Again, that area up here that was labeled as the ideal bear entry, that was right here within the algo entry area. We got a nice move down, hitting the 236 in the center of the pitchfork here. And then we got a nice swift reaction up. We also ended up coming back down to this large support resistance level that I was keeping an eye on as well. So I had a lot of confluence down here. And as you can see, we got a nice move up and away from that confluence in a pretty violent move. And it looks like an impulse. So with all that being said, right now on the hard right edge here, just to keep this nice and concise, what we're looking for is we have a nice swift potential impulsive move up, and then we have a correction internal and a break above. Question is what's going to happen over here. If we look over to the left again, I don't think we have like an ideal count. This looks like an impulsive move down. This looks like a zigzag. So we have to either consider that somewhere in here the count is a little bit skewed. Maybe this is the ABC, and then this is some X, and then we have another completed double zigzag here, like we're seeing on a lot of these alts. It could just be some trickery. Could be we're not finished with this move, or this could be the initial move down here in an impulse. We have a move up, and then we're putting in some diagonal of some sort. But that all circles back around to what we're looking for next and where the next trade is. Looking for here. Don't want to debate counts too much. I think we have an interesting bit of clarity here that we can utilize. And I wanted to go over an idea of what we want to look for here. So we know for sure we have a couple things working for us. We have a nice swift move up here, and then we have an internal correction that corrects pretty close to the 50. You can see where we miss it just by just a little hair there. Can say two things, otherwise we're bullish. Typically for a wave B, we want to be in like the 38250 area. That's the most likely target for a wave B. But right now we have what looks like a potential zigzag move up, and it could be even something a little bit more bullish than that. So just to play the zigzag out here, we have this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can come to the conclusion that there's only really two possibilities, all things being clear in the Elliott Wave side of things. So right now we have an impulsive move up and a correction down to the 50, and most likely target for at least a zigzag at this point. And then we have this other move up that looks like we got some nice wave three price action in there, a nice swift move away. We could be putting in a four right now up at this level, 152 that we were using before as confluence. Even back in this area here, you can see how it's been playing on both sides, support and resistance. Right now we're here butting our heads up against it. I think this would be a good spot for a potential 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at some degree. And that could be the end of the potential zigzag if that's what we think is going on here. Or this could be the start of something even bigger at the higher degree. Right now, we just have these moves to work with. What I really want to see is how this all absolves. There's a couple ways that this can work out. Again, just pop up and keep going, and we'll have to look to these other levels here to play as support for a potential wave four. So we could have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up here, something to that effect. What I really and ideally want to see at this point, bull or bear, I think we're completing a nice looking impulse here. We end up going sideways for the next couple hours. This is the 4 hour. So if we end up going sideways for a little bit more, bumping our head against this level here, it's a nice look for a barrier triangle. And then we can get a pop up. Once we get that pop up, we can look for it to either hold above or we can look for it to drop back below and then look for another retracement internal to this range here. So right now, again, what I'm looking for is a nice little squirt up to finish this as a potential 5-wave move, and then we get another retrace. Right now, I think the play is we watch for this to break. We see if it breaks. One option that we can take advantage of, if we're bull or we're bear, is we look for a swift move back below this level here, and then a retracement back for a C3 setup at this level here. And then we'll look for our other areas of influence as well. We're looking for the 50, all that for a potential C3 down trade setup. And then from there, we can decide, okay, once we look at the price action that prints, we'll take profit in our normal strat area. And if we come down nice and correctively, we're going to be looking for that secondary entry for another potential move up to the upside. Right now, since we have impulsive correction impulse, that could be one of two things, either a zigzag complete or a 1-2, 1-2 of a 3, or 1-2, 1-2 of a C. So we're really looking for this internal retracement right here to play out to see if we can potentially get a long to catch a potential wave 3 up, if that's what's playing out. If we think it's a zigzag, we really want to focus on the initial move down, breaking a bit of structure here to say that the impulse up is complete, and then we're returning back to an area of interest, being the level here that has played as support and resistance in the past, and the area of interest looking between the 50 and 618, 65 area for a potential algo entry to assist us in the move down, as well as most likely target for a wave B of a zigzag. Because either way, at this point, we got impulse up, correction, impulse up. We're either going to complete this zigzag and go down for further levels down here and game over, or we're going to hopefully, potentially be looking for, I should say ideally, we're looking for a move back to this area to look for a second entry long to get us into a potential 1-2, 1-2, and then we blast off 1-2, 1-2, zigzags, all that stuff can lead to different, a whole scope of different things. These are the two most extreme ideal situations where we have a zigzag complete, game over, headed down, or we got a 1-2, 1-2, and we're heading up. So I'm going to be watching for this, first of all, for this impulse to complete. Then if we drop back down below this level, swiftly breaking the wave 4, I'm going to be watching for that retrace back to this area for a potential move down. Either be a C wave here, or if we end up moving down swifter, then we're going to be looking at this being a potential 3. This zigzag's done. We're headed to lower lows. So basic setups here. I know this can be a little advanced, and I went through it pretty quick. If you have any questions, definitely let me know. But these are the two setups I'm looking for now. Impulse up, correction, impulse up. Some nice clarity that we can use. Again, it all depends on what Bitcoin and the larger markets and Trump wants to do and say. So got to keep it tight. These are the two setups that I'm looking for at this time. Not financial advice, just looking at ideas of where I want to see reactions, do your own research, all that fun stuff. Thanks for watching. If you like this, definitely give me a like, give me a comment, let me know. Thanks again. Have a good one. Trade safe.